Going to college costs more now than ever before. Higher education costs have surged more than 535% since 1985. What that means is that college is almost 4.5 times as expensive as it was 30 years ago, which surpasses the rate of inflation. In today's economy, the average American family may not be able to save enough money to cover a 4-year college education, especially in minority communities. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. Joining me today is Dr. Michael Lomax. He's the president and CEO of the United Negro College Fund. Dr. Lomax, welcome to the program.
It's good to be here, Robert.
You know, it's so sad to say this, but I think it's so true, and that is more and more families are working harder, and they feel so squeezed. They're playing by the rules, they're paying their taxes, and that is probably even more prevalent in communities that look like you and I, where families want to send their son or daughter to an HBCU, historically black college and university, but they just simply cannot afford it.
Well, they can't afford to send their kid to college, period. And you know, our research says that low-income black parents overwhelmingly want to send their kids to get a college degree. They want a 4-year college degree. And you noted in opening that the college degree is more expensive than it's ever been. It's also more vital. I mean, that
Sure.
they're, you know, in terms of a job that is going to have you know, a good salary and benefits. A college diploma is the high school equivalency
Absolutely.
of an earlier generation. So I'm here to say there's good, help is on the way.
Help is on the way. Tell us about it.
Well, in the last weeks, the America's College Promise Act was introduced into Congress by Bobby Scott and G.K. Butterfield in the House and Tammy Baldwin and Cory Booker in the Senate. Short answer to what will this do? It will provide 2 years of free community college for all community college students. That's 9 million young people across this country at 1,300 institutions. And great news for HBCUs, historically black colleges, universities, and for minority-serving institutions. And it will provide 2 years of significantly increased grant aid to Pell eligible, that's low-income students at those institutions. So your son or daughter gets admitted to Morehouse, my alma mater, or Spelman, where I used to teach, and they're a low-income or a moderate-income family, Pell eligible. They will not only get their Pell grant, they'll get an additional $9,000 for 2 years. If a young person transfers from a community college and to one of these institutions, that same Pell grant and $9,000, $12,000. Now, that in some institutions that will eliminate, when they come to an HBCU, that'll eliminate the tuition costs. At others, it will greatly reduce it and reduce the reliance on loans.
Dr. Lomax, this is great information. It's great news based on what obviously the information that I mentioned a few moments ago in terms of the cost of higher education. I think most parents would say this is great, and I look forward to the to the pipeline coming towards me. But 3 things. One, I am so skeptical of the men and women that work in this building behind me. I'm just not exactly sure this is going to help my family. Secondly, is it really going to happen in a bipartisan way? And then thirdly, very quickly, they're just so squeezed now. They're saying, well, what about help today? Not tomorrow, today.
Well, today, this fall, you know, I would say up to parents and if their youngster is going to be going to an historically black college or university, if they're eligible, go to UNCF.org and explore the scholarship opportunities.
For those of you just literally ran to go get a pen or pencil, UNCF.org is the website.
And we award $100 million in scholarships annually. That's not, you know, it's not going to help everybody, but it will help somebody. Can this pass a bipartisan Congress? You know, we just saw the passage of the Elementary Secondary Education Act. We've been at this a long time. And, you know, Lamar Alexander on the Republican side, Patty Murray on the Democrat side came together, and they seem to have a bill which is going to pass the two chambers. We now go to the Higher Education Act, and while this bill that I'm talking about, America's College Promise, isn't a part of the Higher Education Act, you know, I believe there's going to be a coalition.
So you're optimistic.
Look, I have to be optimistic.
20
and
seconds.
what I have to say is we have to fight for this. And so what I would say is if there are people out in the audience who say this is something I'm interested in learning more about, go to uncf.org. And not only can you learn about it, you can sign a petition and you can be part of the action.
All right. Keep up the great work, Dr.
Thank
Lomax.
you.
We're very optimistic in all the work that you do.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. And, of course, thank you for joining us for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.